Good morning, welcome to this morning's flow, straight away in. Hope you're all doing well and enjoying this lovely sunshine. We're going to get started this morning straight away in a child's pose. So big toes touching, knees nice and wide, and bring your forehead down towards the mat. And if your forehead doesn't quite reach the mat, you can place your hands down and forehead on the hands if that feels more comfortable. Just taking a few moments of stillness, really ground yourself down onto your mat, into your practice. Engaging your Ujjayi breath, in and out through your nose, making that audible sound. Allowing your breath to be a guide through the whole practice today. Whenever you feel something might be physically challenging or you just need a moment to yourself, coming back to your breath, maybe coming back to this child's pose and just having a few moments of stillness to yourself. Take a little body scan here and notice if you're holding on to tension anywhere that you can let go of. On your next inhale, come up to all fours, tabletop. Hands below shoulders, knees are hip width apart. We'll take a few rounds of cat and cow. Inhale, drop the stomach, arch the back, bring the gaze up. Exhale as you round the spine and bring the chin towards the chest. Inhale as you arch, find that opening, reach the chest forwards. Exhale, round. Take a few more of these to the speed of your own breath. And feel free here to add in any other sort of twist or turn or movement that just starts to wake your spine up, starts to get you a little bit more in tune with your physical body. Bring yourself to stillness. Press each fingertip down into the mat. You're pressing down so much that the upper back is almost rounding up towards the ceiling. Tuck your toes under and then lift your knees just 2 inches off the floor. Pull the tummy button in and up towards the spine. Keep pressing the whole of the hand down. Drop your knees back down. Release the toes, take a moment, and then tuck the toes back under, lift the knees 2 inches off the floor. Straight away, we're starting to build a bit of heat, tapas in the body. You might feel it a little bit in your shoulders, your core muscles. Drop the knees down, take a breath. And we're going to go for that once more. So tuck the toes under, lift the knees 2 inches off the floor. Try not to sink into this, so really aware of the space in between your shoulder blades. Drop the knees back down. Take an inhale through the nose, and as you exhale, take a downward facing dog. Lift the hips up and back. It might feel nice here to pedal out the feet, bending one knee at a time. Just feeling your way into your hamstrings, the back line of your body. Walk your feet to your hands. Take a ragdoll at the top of your mat, opposite hand to opposite elbow. Let your head just hang heavy. It might feel nice here to take a little sway side to side, little bounce. You might want to keep your knees pretty bent here if the hamstrings feel tight in the mornings. And let the crown of your head just hang towards the floor. Release your hands. Bring your feet together to touch. And on an inhale, slowly roll all the way up to standing. Reach your arms up overhead, take a full body stretch. Exhale as you bring your hands together at heart center and close down your eyes. And if it's not comfortable to close the eyes, maybe bring a soft gaze down towards the floor. And take a moment to start your practice this morning with a thought of gratitude, to bring into your mind someone or something that you are thankful for right now. Open the eyes. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale to fold forwards. Halfway lift, reach the crown of the head forwards as you pull your tummy button in and up towards your spine. Fold. And again, inhale, find your halfway lift, flat back. High plank. Drop your knees, your chest, and your chin, and then slide your chest forwards for a baby cobra. Push back through your knees, downward facing dog. Always checking back in your down dog, what's going on with your physical body. Walk your feet to your hands overhead. Exhale, fold forwards. Halfway lift, flat back. High plank. You can go for knees, chest, chin again, or if you're ready for a full chaturanga, go ahead and bend your elbows. Either another cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. If you need to take a sigh or any movement in your down dog, just while we're starting to warm the body up, wake the body up. Let's take a full breath in. And as you exhale, either walk or lightly jump to your hand. Halfway lift. Fold. Root down, rise up. Reach arms overhead. If you're ready for a small back bend, go ahead. Exhale as you fold back down. Lift halfway. High to low plank. Dropping the knees if you need to. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Keep reaching your tailbone up towards the ceiling. Big breath in. Exhale it all out, either walk or take a little jump to your hand. Halfway lift. Fold. Chair pose, bend your knees, reach your arms up. Really sitting low into your chair. Press the heels down into the mat. See if you can push your weight back a little bit more. Keep breathing. One more big breath in. Exhale, fold forwards. Lift halfway. Low plank, either step or float back. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Step your right foot forwards, warrior one. Root both feet down and rise tall. Awareness of the feet pressing down into the mat. Press the outer edge of your back foot down. Engage muscles in that back leg so you're really active in the lower half of your body. Hands to mat, high to low plank, but dropping the knees down if you need to. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Step your left foot forwards, warrior one. Just settling yourself into your warrior, noticing if you need to make any adjustments here, move your feet, move your torso more towards the front of your mat. Keep the fingertips sparked alive. One more big breath in. And as you exhale, high to low plank. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Ujjayi breath. Soften knees, gaze forwards, float to your hand. Halfway lift. Fold. Chair pose, one breath. Bow forwards. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, low plank, either step or float back. Inhale, up dog or cobra, squeeze the armpits. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right foot forwards, warrior one. Inhale as you reach tall. Exhale brings you straight back down, low plank. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Left foot forwards, warrior one. Exhale, low plank. Moving at the speed of your own breath. Up dog. Downward facing dog. Look down towards your toes and see if you can spread your toes a little bit more on the mat. Maybe lifting the 10 toes and then spreading them out. Big breath in. Exhale it all out, gaze forward, soft knees, lightly jump to your hands. Lift halfway. Fold. Chair pose. Fold forwards. Halfway lift. Low plank. Up dog. Down dog. Right side, warrior one. Inhale, rise tall. Reach your fingertips high. Exhale, low plank. Always the option to drop the knees when you need to. Up dog or cobra. Downward facing dog. Left side, warrior one. Low plank, moving with your own breath. Up dog. Downward facing dog. Taking a few breaths in your down dog option, stay in your down dog, come back to a child's pose here. Or if you're feeling quite energetic this morning, dropping onto your forearms and taking a dolphin. So 3 options just to take a few deep breaths. And when you're ready, everyone meeting back in a downward facing dog. Bring your feet together to touch behind you and lift your right leg up. Bend your knee and open up your hips. See how high you can lift your right knee. And keep pressing down and forwards equally with both hands. Roll yourself forwards to a high plank, both feet down together to touch. We're going to take a side plank, right arm down, left arm up. Press the earth away with that right hand and try and stack both feet on top of each other. Lift your left leg up. From here, start to bend your left knee, gaze down towards your right hand. As gently as you can, step through crescent lunge. Find your balance. Breathe. Hands together at heart center. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist towards your left. Keep breathing. Trying to have a gap between your torso and your thigh. So I'm not dumping forwards. I'm light. I'm lifting my upper body, reaching the crown of the head forwards. Come back to center, crescent lunge. Start to lean your weight forward as you come to your warrior three. Reach that right heel towards the back of the room. Engage muscles in the right leg. Squeeze shoulder blades together. And wherever your arms are, see if you can reach them back now. So reaching fingertips towards the back room. Moving slowly, listen carefully. Start to bend your left knee and come into a skater squat. So I've got my right foot is still lifted, both knees are bent. I can reach the arms out. Stay here for 3, for 2, for 1, warrior 3, kick back. Moving slowly again, bend the left knee, crescent lunge, reach your arms out. 1 big breath in. Exhale, hands to mat. Either take a vinyasa here or step it straight into your downward facing dog. Taking any sigh or shake or release you might need here. Feet together to touch. Let's go on the left side, left leg up. Go ahead and bend the knee, open up the hips. Try and keep your shoulders square to the front of your mat here. Lift that left knee a little bit higher. Roll yourself forwards, high plank, feet together to touch. Side plank, left hand down, right arm up. Imagine someone's lifting a string out of your hips here, so you're not sinking down, you're really strong in the middle of your body. Lift up the right foot. Gaze towards the left hand, bend the right knee, bring it up towards the left hand. Rise up, crescent lunge. Take a moment here, find your balance, find your breath. Hands together at heart center. Inhale, find length. Exhale, twist to your right this time. Really press your left elbow into your right thigh. See if you can open the chest a little bit more. And keep that left leg, the back leg, engaged. Reach the back of the left knee towards the ceiling. Come back to center, crescent lunge. Without kicking into it, start to reach forwards and just let that back foot fly off the floor, warrior three. Keep the left leg engaged. Make sure you're breathing. Wherever your arms are, everyone reach arms backwards, so fingertips point towards the back of the room. And you know where we're going. Start to bend the right knee, bring the left knee to the back of the right knee. Skater squat. Hold it here for 3, for 2, for 1, warrior 3. Keep that standing leg strong. Crescent lunge. Big breath in. Exhale through a vinyasa or step it straight to your downward facing dog, your choice. Feet to touch. Lift your right leg up. Bring your knee to your nose. Kick it back. Bring your knee to your right elbow. Take it over to the left elbow. Back to the right. Over to the left. Last one, back to the right, kick back. Bring your knee to your nose. Crescent lunge. We've been here already today, rise tall. Warrior 2, open out. Press both feet down. Gaze over the front middle finger. And think about drawing your tailbone down. So you're pulling your navel in and out. Keep the bend in the front knee. Flip the front palm, reverse your warrior. Extended side angle. Right forearm, right thigh, left arm up. You can choose how far you take this pose. For if you have a bind, half or full, go ahead and take it. Think about pressing your front foot down and forwards here, and your back foot down and back as if you're trying to rip your yoga mat into pieces. As you do that with the feet, you open the chest a little bit more. See if you can sink into the pose a little bit more. If you're bound, keep opening the chest up. If you're bound, release everyone, hands to mat. Either take a vinyasa or step it straight to your downward facing dog. Feet to touch, left leg up. Bring your knee to your nose. Kick it back. Knee to left elbow. Take it to the right elbow. Back to the left. Over to the right. Back to left, kick back. Bring your knee to your nose. Crescent lunge, rise tall. Settle yourself in here. Find a focus point for your gaze. Warrior 2, open out. Check the front knee bends towards the baby toe and not the big toe. Keep the bend in the front knee as you flip your front palm and reverse. Extended side angle, left forearm, left thigh, right arm up. Again, you can choose where you take this pose, either a half or a full bind if it's in your practice. Or maybe you just stay exactly where you are and that's doing great things for you today. This time with your feet, think about pressing your front foot down and backwards and your back foot down and forwards as if you're trying to squeeze your feet towards each other. Notice which different muscles that engages. And then come back to your breath here. Sending your breath to wherever you're feeling this pose. If you're bound, release. Everyone hands to the mat. Either take a vinyasa or step it straight into your downward facing dog. Soften knees, gaze forwards, lightly jump to your hands. Keep your hips low, open your toes out towards the sides into your Malasana squat. Elbows to the insides of your knees. Hands together at heart center. If your heels are lifting quite a lot here, you might roll up your yoga mat and sort of prop up the heels or grab a pillow or something to go underneath them. Breathe. A little sway here might feel nice. It might take your mind off any sensations that are going on. Options, stay exactly where you are if you've got a really nice sensation, nice stretch going on, or take crow pose. If you know where you're going with crow, go ahead. If you're not sure and you want to give it a go, staying in a similar sort of position, but place your hands flat on the mat in front of you. Lift the hips up, and if you can, bring your big toes together to touch. From here, you're going to bend your elbows and make a little shelf for your knees. So as if we were going through a vinyasa, that sort of sensation with the elbows. Bring your knees to your upper arm bones, and then maybe you just tilt your weight forward so much that one toe lifts, the other toe lifts, maybe both feet lift. Wherever you are, keep breathing. That's like crow pose. Stay with it for another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If you have a shoot back, go ahead. Otherwise, step back through a vinyasa or just straight into a downward facing dog. Feet to hands. Lift halfway. Fold. Chair pose, bend your knees, reach your arms up. And you can choose in your chair pose, if having feet and knees together doesn't feel good, you can open them out slightly, but if your feet are apart, don't let your knees lock in. From here, start to lower your hips. Bring your seat bones all the way onto the mat, take a boat pose. Breathe in. Trying to get your shins parallel to the floor. Place your feet back on the floor, chair pose. Harder than it looks, we're going to do that once more. So moving nice and slowly, start to sink your hips down onto the floor. Boat pose. Take a couple of breaths here. And then before you move, really picture yourself just stepping into your chair pose. Have it in your mind that you're just going to step into it, there's no problem. And then go ahead, chair pose. Stay with it. Sink your hips lower. A little bit lower. Biggest breath in. Exhale, fold forwards. Take a ragdoll here, opposite hand to opposite elbow. Let your head hang heavy. Maybe take a little sway side to side. Maybe keep quite a bend in the knees. Take a little moment to check in. How's your body feeling now compared to at the start of class? Release your hands. And on an inhale, roll yourself up to standing. Have your head as the last thing to lift. Eagle pose. Right leg over left. Right arm under left. Focus your gaze. See if you can have your elbows up in line with your shoulders. Squeeze the thighs together. Release. Eagle on the left. Left leg over right. Left arm under right. Keep your breath strong and check in with your face here. Often you start scrunching up your forehead, your jaw when you're focusing on balancing. So keep a softness in the face, maybe even a gentle smile. Release. Eagle on the right. Right leg over, right arm under. Start to lean your weight forwards. As you unravel, find your warrior three. Bring your hands together at heart center. If you have a block or anything to place underneath your hand, grab it. Otherwise, just reach your left fingertips down towards the floor. Right arm up, half moon. Again, always keeping that lifted leg engaged. So if it's passive like that, really try and reach the right heel towards the back of the room. Breathe. Maybe bring your gaze up towards your right hand. Options to stay here. If you want to take it a little bit further, bend your right knee and see if you can reach back and grab onto your right heel, your right ankle, or your right foot. Bound half moon. Again, options to stay here, or if you want to take it a little bit further, start to lift up into your dancer's pose. If you're still in your half moon, keep lifting that right leg. Staying here just for a few more breaths. If you're in your dances, we're going to come out the way we came in. So drop the left hand back down into your bound half moon, open the chest. Gently let go of your right leg. Everyone meeting in a half moon, right fingertips up towards the ceiling. One more big breath in here. Exhale, both feet down, take a forward fold. Grab your big toes with your first two fingers, and you have quite a big distance between the feet here. You can go as wide as the mats or hip width. Take a halfway lift, and then fold deeply over your legs. Tuck the chin towards the chest, so you're finding length through the back of the neck. Maybe you want to stay in stillness here. Maybe you want to take a little sway. And let's flutter the lips all together. So big breath in through the nose. And then flutter the lips. Do that again. Release toes. Bring your feet together or to hip width apart and slowly fold up to standing. Rise up. Eagle on the left. Left leg over. Left arm under. Find your base, so find your foundation, root the four corners of that right foot down. And then start to lean forwards as you unravel into your warrior three, airplane. Think about the space in the back of the left knee and reach that space up towards the ceiling. Hands together at heart center. Right hand down to the floor block. Tin of biscuits, anything you might have, open out to your half moon. Left arm goes up. Keep breathing here. Find your balance. Then choose what you do with your gaze, either down towards your right hand or up towards your left hand. You can choose, if this feels like quite a challenge, just staying with your balance, stay here. Otherwise, start to bend your left knee and reach back for your left ankle. Bound half moon, pausing here. Again, options to stay exactly where you are, or start to reach the right fingertips up. Coming to your dancer's pose, take your time. If you're bound, coming out the way you came in, right hand goes down, a bound half moon. Pause here. Gently let go of your left ankle, everyone meeting in your half moon, just staying here for a couple more breaths. Lift that left leg a little bit higher. And then release both feet down. This time take a forward fold. Open out your feet as wide as you want. Interlace your fingers at your sacrum and reach your fists towards the top of your back. Let your head hang heavy. Might feel nice to take a little bend in the knees. Sway from side to side. Release hands. Rise up to standing. Tree pose. Sole of the right foot to the inside of the calf or the thigh. Hands together at heart center. If any of you would like to take this one further and set up for a toe stand, place your right foot to the outside of your left thigh. If you're staying with your tree pose, go ahead and reach your arms up. If you want to try your toe stand, if your foot is on the outside of your left thigh, start to fold forwards. If you're staying in tree pose, maybe bring your gaze up towards the ceiling. Toe stand, fingertips or hands towards the floor, and then start to bend your left knee. So I'm on the tippy toes of my left foot. Focus your gaze, and then see if you can bring your hands together at heart center. It's really important to keep your eyes on one spot. If that feels completely impossible, maybe just go for a clap with the hands. So clap, and then place them back down. If you're in your toe stand, make your way back up. Again, the way you came in is the way you come back out, meeting in your tree pose. Everyone release, both feet down. Maybe shake it out a little bit. Release. Tree on the left. Sole of the left foot to the inside of the calf or thigh. Again, if you want to go for your toe stand, foot comes to the outside of the thigh. Everyone start with hands together at heart center. Take a moment here. Find something to focus your gaze on. And then open up. Grow your tree. If you want to try your toe stand on this side, start to fold forwards. Fingertips come onto the floor, coming onto the tippy toes of that right foot. Focus your gaze and then bring your hands together at heart center. Wherever you are, you're breathing. If you're in your toe stand, gently release the pose. The way you came into it is the way you leave. Rise back up, meet everyone in a tree pose, arms up. And release, let go. Again, shake it out a little bit if you need to. Step to the top of your mat. Inhale, reach through. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, high plank, pausing here. Press both hands down. Pull your tummy button in and up towards your spine. Options to drop your knees or keep them lifted, but we're going to take a low plank. High plank, down dog. We're going to do that 2 more times. Roll forwards to high plank. Drop the knees if you need to. Keep the elbows close to the body. Low plank. High plank. Down dog. High plank. Down dog. Last one. Listen carefully. Roll forwards to high plank. Take a low plank. Upward facing dog. Knees lifted off the mat. From your up dog, low plank, high plank, down dog. Roll forwards to high plank and make your way to lying on your tummy. You can go as fast or as slowly as you like. Arms alongside your body, one cheek down. And really come back into that full body breath just for a few moments here. So expanding through your stomach, your rib cage. Feeling that expansion all the way along the back line, the back side of your body. Interlace your fingers at your sacrum, toes together to touch, forehead down, lift up locust. Use your breath. Think about stretching the whole body. Opening the chest. Stay with it for a few more deep breaths. And release, let go. Bring the other cheek down towards the mat. So maybe sway the hips gently from side to side. And from here, we're going to take a Sphinx pose. So forearms come out on the mat in front of you so that your elbows are just below your shoulders. Palms are flat on the mat. shuffle back a little bit. And you can choose if you have your toes together to touch, or it might feel nicer to open the legs out here. Keep the shoulders open. For some of you, you might not get enough in this pose, so you can come right up into your seal by straightening the arms. I'm just going to stay here for a few breaths. And release back down. Lift yourself up onto all fours and walk your knees in between your hands. Come to lying flat on your back. We're going to take bridge pose from here. So feet flat to the floor, hip width apart. Make sure you can just brush your heels with your fingertips. Press your feet down. Lift your hips up. Interlace your fingers underneath you. And walk your shoulder blades further towards each other. Keep your hips lifted and see how it feels if you walk your feet and your knees towards each other. See if you can walk them so close together that your big toes are touching, your knees are touching, you're pressing your feet down to lift your hips a little bit higher. And release, roll your spine back along the mat. Sway your knees from side to side. We're going to take one more back bend today. You can choose bridge or wheel, and you can choose if you have your feet together for your bridge or if you open them out if that didn't work for you. Whichever you pick, just lift up. If you're in wheel, keep reaching your chest towards the back of your mat. Last few breaths here, full expression. How high can you go? And then everyone moving slowly, roll your spine back along the mat. Take Supta Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet to touch, knees open wide. To your heart and one hand to your stomach. Feel the beating of your heart beneath your hand. Might feel nice to close down the eyes here. Close off one of your senses. And bring your knees together to touch. Hug them in towards your chest. Give yourself a little squeeze. Maybe a rock from side to side. And then bring your feet, your legs into a chair pose position. So you can choose how close to your body your knees are, but keep your feet flexed. Interlace your fingers underneath your head and lift your head and shoulders up off the mat. Breathe here. We're going to pulse up towards our knees, and we're going to exhale as we lift up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep your head and shoulders lifted and straighten your right leg so it's 2 inches off the floor. And we're going to pulse up towards the left knee for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch legs. So straighten that left leg out. Pulse up towards the right knee for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hug both knees in towards your chest and give yourself a squeeze. Again, it might feel nice to rock side to side. Grab the underneath of your thighs and take a couple of rock and rolls backwards and forwards. And we'll meet up in a boat pose. So we've been here before today, but we're going to really set it up this time. So make sure you're right on your seat bones. And then lift your knees so your shins are parallel to the floor. Toes are flexed or pointed, your choice. You can choose if you keep your hands or open them out. And today we're going to either stay exactly where you are if you're getting enough, or grab your big toes with your first 2 fingers. Again, maybe just staying exactly like this, breathe in. Maybe you start to straighten both legs. It might be a little bit wobbly, a little bit shaky. You might roll all the way onto your back, that happens a lot. But just stay with your breath, stay with the sensation. Gently release your toes, meeting back. Everyone meeting in a boat pose, stay with it. And release. We're going to take a vinyasa now. If you want to shoot back, go ahead. Otherwise, just step straight through your vinyasa or straight to a downward facing dog. If you're going for a shoot back, roll back and land with bent elbows. It might feel nice to pause in your up dog, stretching out the core. And when you're ready, downward facing dog. Step your right foot to the outside of your right hand. And take a few little moments here of maybe rocking backwards and forwards, maybe taking a few circles. And you can choose if you stay on your palms or if you come down onto your forearms to get a little bit more of a stretch. Your forearms to get a little bit more of a stretch. If you're on your forearms, lift back onto your hands, and we're going to take half pigeon from here. So walk your right foot towards your left wrist. Drop the right shin onto the mat, drop the back leg down. Take a moment here. And then when you're ready, start to fold forwards, maybe onto your forearms today, or maybe all the way down onto your forehead. And we're aiming to feel a stretch through our right glutes, our right hip. And try not to let that tension creep into any other parts of your body. So noticing if you're holding on to anything in your hands, shoulders, forehead, jaw. We're going to stay here for a little bit longer than some of the other poses. So if something doesn't feel quite right or you think you need to make adjustments, please feel free. Just because we're holding one pose doesn't mean you have to stay in complete stillness. Notice if your mind starts wandering off to other places, and just bring it back to the present moment through your breath. Downward facing dog. You need to shake that right leg out a little bit or take any stretch. Go ahead. And when you're ready, there's no rush. Left foot to the outside of the left hand. Get yourself set up. You might need to walk the left foot further out if you have any compression in your hip area, or even walk the toes out a little bit. You can choose if you stay on your hands or if you come down onto your forearms. But keep a little bit of movement here. So it might be a gentle rock back and forwards. It might be more of a circular motion. If you're on your forearms, lift back onto your hands and we'll set up for half pigeon, walking the left foot towards the right wrist. Drop the left shin down and take a moment before you fold forwards. Get yourself nice and settled. Notice if you need to make any adjustments. And then when you're ready, start to come forwards either onto your forearms or all the way down. Shift your weight onto your left hip and swing your right leg round so you're seated with both legs stretched out in front of you. Make sure you're right on your seat bones. And then lift up through the sort of midway so you're light in the upper body. And then fold over your legs. Let your hands rest on your shins, ankles, or feet. And as you come into this forward fold, keep a little bit of movement. So as you inhale, see if you can find a little bit more length. And as you exhale, you fold a little deeper. So inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold deeper. And you can choose if you stay with this gentle wave-like movement or if you come to stillness. Or on an inhale, come back up to seated. And we're going to take another forward fold, but this time a wide leg forward fold. So open out the legs. If you know you're quite tight in the hips or the pelvis, that sort of area, you might want to sit on a cushion here, a block, a blanket, anything just to sort of lift the hips a little bit. I'm going to sit on the block. And then you can choose, for some of you, this is going to feel really intense straight away. So just sitting like this, you'll feel a lot going on. So if that's you, just close down the eyes, keep the shoulders soft, and stay here. Otherwise, if you want more, you can start to fold forwards. Again, letting the hands come and rest wherever they comfortably reach. And wherever you find yourself, close your eyes. Try not to worry about what you think this pose should look like, or any limitations you might feel that you have. And just try and listen to your own body and whatever it needs for you to feel this pose in the right way. Noticing as we stay here for just a few more breaths, if you feel like there's more space opening up, or if you feel like actually this pose is just way too much for me right now and you need to back up. On an inhale, come back up to seated and bring your knees together to touch. You might need to give the knees a little sway from side to side, a little shake out. And we're going to take an inversion from here now. So if you have headstand, handstand, you want to use your wall at home, whatever you have going on, please go for it. I'm going to go for a shoulder stand today. So if you want to stay with me, come to lying on your back. And kick your feet over your head so your toes touch the floor behind you. Bring your hands onto your lower back, and then moving nice and slowly, start to lift your feet up towards the ceiling. So whatever you're doing in your inversion today, you're just trying to get your feet up high. If you're not feeling like getting into your shoulder stand, just bring your seat bones close towards the wall and have your feet resting up against the wall. Keeping your Ujjayi breath strong, even though you're upside down here. And taking any leg variation that feels nice. If you want to stay in stillness, please do. But if you want to work on moving your legs around a little bit, wherever you are, please go ahead. If you're in a headstand, make your way to a child's pose. Shoulder standers, start to bend your knees and bring them down towards your forehead or your ears. And then maybe using your hands as brakes along the mat slowly and with control, and roll yourself out of the ball. And we're going to take the counter pose from our shoulder stand, which is fish pose. Bring your hands flat underneath your seat bones and lift up to press down with the forearms here so much that your chest lifts and the crown of the head touches the floor. So try not to have the crown of the head floating here. The crown of the head is actually connected with the floor. See how deep you can breathe. Let's take a lion's breath in through the nose. Open the mouth, stick the tongue out. Do that once more. Gently untuck the chin. Bring the back of the head back onto the mat. Hug your right knee in towards your chest. Give it a squeeze. And let your right knee fall over towards the left for a supine twist. Right arm opens towards the right. Maybe gaze over towards the right. Notice how that full body breath feels here with the twisting in the spine and the torso. But still trying to find that expansion through the stomach. Come back through center and swap sides. Hug the left knee in towards the chest. Give it a squeeze. Let the left knee fall over towards the right. Gaze towards the left. Maybe left arm opens. Again, just trying to keep both of your shoulders grounded on your mats as you twist through the whole spine. Take a big inhale through the nose. Exhale out through the mouth as you for your final resting pose, Shavasana. Start to deepen your breath. Bring some movement to your fingers and your toes. Reach your arms up overhead, take a full body stretch. And roll onto your right side into a fetal position. Now make your way up to a seated or a kneeling position with hands together at heart center and your eyes closed. Lift your thumb knuckles up to your forehead center. And together we bow forwards and say, Namaste. Thank you all very much for joining me this morning. I hope you enjoyed practice. Please let me know any feedback, any questions, any requests you might have. Otherwise, I hope you have a wonderful Sunday. Thank you.